Fellas, when I thought I had everything, I actually had nothing. And I want to start with a personal story here because you might be at a spot right now where from the outside looking in, you've got it all going. You've got the house, you've got the car, you've got the missus, you might be engaged, you might have some financial status, drive a nice whip, whatever it may be, but you probably feel deeply underfulfilled. You have a weird kind of like voice in your head telling you you're missing, bro, you're not where you want to be, bro, why does this feel off when I have everything right, bro? It's like you're going round in all these little loops and circles, and it must be exhausting. It must be so fucking exhausting. And I was there for a long time, right? I want to rewind things back to maybe, what we had, 2025, maybe 2023. I'd got into the best shape of my life. Business was flying, had an amazing apartment in the city, driving the car that I've always wanted to drive. I just proposed to my partner, but I felt like everything was missing, felt like everything was screwing up, felt really detached from the mission, the purpose, why I was here, who I wanted to be. And it got to a really weird stage where I didn't 100% know what best move to make, and there was a fuck this moment that happened, and I think every guy will have a fuck this moment eventually. But as I said, I got into really good shape, right? And I just took the foot off the gas. When I was, chasing the goal, I was dialed, I was locked, I had purpose, I had routine, I had systems, I had standards. And this is a thing that I want to, spot check you for. See, when you've got a goal, you've got a mission, you've got a purpose, it's the best you're ever going to feel. Fuck everything else. Like, you are the best version of you when you've got a mission and goal to chase and hunt every single day. Trust me. You know yourself, you're fucking the most locked in version of yourself when your back's against the wall and you've got a point to prove. It's true, isn't it? But I was on holiday, took my missus on holiday, we'd been out on a boat trip and stuff like that. I let my diet slip for a couple of weeks too many, my training wasn't where it needed to be. I just came off the back of like running ultra marathons and doing physique shoots and stuff. It was a big push, but I got soft, I dropped the ball, but I could have blamed other things. There's a lot going on with work, I'm going through a big life change at the moment, I'm going to propose to my missus, I could have justified things, I could have made the excuses, right? And it was when I found myself looking in the hotel gym mirror, and I had a hairy chest and snail trail, a big bloated gut, I was 20% body fat, no vascularity, no physique. I was eating ice cream every day, snacking a lot, no real macros, no real nutrition, no real diligence, no real alignment just from the physique component. And guys, I believe if you want to take it to the top in life, you have to master yourself. You can have little pumps and little fluctuations of success and you can see what's on the other side sometimes, but if you're not fully mastered in a sense of like personal development, you're not fully dialed in, none of that's going to matter because you're always going to feel like something's missing because you're missing. The real main character of your own movie is not optimized, right? And it was a pretty brutal feeling because from the outside looking in, I had absolutely everything. Absolutely fucking everything. But internally, even externally from the physique standpoint, I just wasn't who I wanted to be. Mentally, I knew I was off. I'd lost my edge. The dog inside me had just gone. He'd gone walkabout. I couldn't hear him bark anymore. And I had no drive. I felt like I'd reached the peak amount of stupid. I'd hit like a new glass ceiling, we could call it, and I started like going back on habits, started drinking more, started partying a bit more, started celebrating too much, even though I hadn't really achieved much. When you boil it down, when you compare yourself to those who are operating at the highest level, I hadn't really achieved much. And this is the thing that I want to, echo back to you guys today. It's like you might think you're winning, and you might get told off loads of people, you've got potential, bro, you're killing it, bro, you're giving you all this fake hype. It's like mental masturbation, it's procrastination hidden in disguise, because you're getting all the right signals from all the right people, from the people you love that are nearest and dearest to you. You're getting all these affirmations But when you boil it down, you're not happy with who you are, you're not happy with how you see yourself in your reflection, you're not happy with the voices in your head, you're not happy with the clothes you wear, you compare yourself to so many other guys that are stronger, you don't even care what car they drive, what house they have, what money they make, you care about how they look, how they feel, how they operate, the aura, the charisma, how they show up. And it's brutal, isn't it? It's fucking brutal, because I felt that way. And as a coach, as an educator, as a mentor for men, why should I feel that way, you know? So at that moment of time, I had my fuck this moment, and I was done feeling sorry for myself. I was done settling for average. I was done just kicking the can down the road. Despite how good things might have been from the external, I was not happy, and I knew I needed to change. I knew I needed to draw a line in the fucking sand. Otherwise, the next year, 2 years, 3 years, I would have capped my own level of growth based upon my current level of personal development. I wouldn't have been able to exceed further than that. And I really had to go deep and introspective and understand my values, my real mission, my why, my purpose. And a lot of you guys are too scared to, walk that dark path, because you don't know what you're going to find. You don't know what thoughts you're going to be exposed to. You don't know what is actually down there, and it can be super scary, especially when you don't have the right support, the right team, the right accountability. At that moment of time, I went solo. I didn't have a coach, and it was a losing season. I started to lose even though I was winning. I was losing in a winning season, and I felt so disconnected, fucking bent out of shape, back to front, head wasn't right, thoughts weren't right, and I was like, do I do another goal, do I never do this? But it wasn't doing more, it was doing less better, and that's where I came across my system, my process that's, followed me every single day since that moment. I had my fuck this moment. That's when I made the TD5, that's when I learned and dialed in properly on the intermittent fasting, the 3 or 4 strength training sessions, the high performance flow state, and daily design for the planning, the systems, the strategy. That's when I set a thermostat bigger than me. That's when I started really, coaching based on purpose, identity, rather than just coaching physique and results and, pushing people through a process. I started taking them through an identity shift, a system that is guaranteed to help, and that's where I truly embodied my next season of growth. That's where I found my new purpose, my new sense of meaning, my new sense of being, where I could remove all the expectations from the outside and detach from them completely, even though since then, I lived between Dubai and Bali, travel the world with my partner, have an amazing lifestyle business that, affords me to live a great life. I'm in the best physical and mental shape of my life. My clients stay, pay and play for long periods of time. They all get incredible results. We've got an amazing team, it's lean. And doing all of this was subject of having everything, but not having everything. See, when you are bloated and fatigued and yourself, you're going to build a bloated and fatigued business. You're going to have a bloated and fatigued life. You're going to have, a steak's a steak, but until you cut the fat, it's not lean. Do you know what I mean? And I had the thing, but it had too much fat on it. I needed to lean down, I needed to strip down in every aspect of my life. And the thing is, success loves speed, but you can't go fast without subtraction. So I literally had to remove everything. I hired people, I fired people, I changed my content up, I changed my business up, I changed my training up, my diet up, my AM and PM routines up, how I operated in business, how I broke things down, how I communicated. And I really took a more stoic, simplistic approach to living my life. And since then, guys, everything's fucking changed. I feel mentally and physically the best I've ever felt, and the fittest I've ever been, the strongest, the leanest, the healthiest I've ever been. The relationships the best it's ever been, business best it's ever been, the most aligned I've ever been. And that's because I had that honest conversation with myself, to let go of what other people thought. What I decided to do was just go all in on me, and it was scary, it was dark, because people were saying to me, like I said at the start of this video, they're giving you the right affirmations, they're giving you the praise, and you're scared to let go of that in case it's the wrong move. But fear is like fire. Some people use fire to warm themselves up and as fuel. You should use, or some people, look at fire and run away from it. How you now view something is everything, the lens, the perspective. So you got to look at fear as an opportunity to step in, lean in, jump and build the parachute on the way down, and not get so caught up, guys. Not get so caught up in what everyone else is fucking wanting for you, and understand what you want for yourself. Because if you don't know your real mission, your real purpose, why you're doing what you're doing, why you're on this God-given fucking earth, you don't have faith, you don't have alignment, you're going to be, scattered, spread too thin, pillar to post. You're going to set goals and aspirations that don't even align. You're going to want and need things, desire things, rather than attract things, assume things, be abundant with things. And you're going to start pulling yourself apart, man, from the inside out. So I want to give you a way out of this, right? I want to give you a way out of this. And it's not a training plan, it's not a nutrition plan, it's not this or that. It's more of a lens to look through life with. And it's the fact that you don't need to be in a crisis for things to change. You don't need to wait till things are bad before you change. You can have a good life and still want better, because the opposite of good, guys, right? I'm going to rephrase that. The opposite of great, guys, is not good. I'm going to rephrase that one more time. The opposite of great is not bad. The opposite of great is good. Average, standard, nothing. Average inputs, average results. I wanted an unaverage life, an undeniable life, a life where I could see it from a bird's eye view, and it's like, that is purpose, that is mission, that is success to me. So you got to understand what success is to you. And if I removed everything from my life right now and I had me covered, health, mental, physical, well-being, all sorted, I would get everything back. And I want you to trust yourself to know that you can have and get everything back, but you need to think, right? If you were living your dream life right now, what would have to be true for that to come together? You'd probably be in shape, you'd probably have a great body, you'd probably have a great mindset, you'd probably have great habits. So stop thinking you need to have all the external before you master the internal. It has to be inside out, boys. Otherwise, everything you're working towards, everything you're working for will mean nothing. Nothing, because you can't hold the standard with yourself, you can't hold the fucking process together. Your level of success will never outweigh your level of personal development. I'll say that time and time again. So guys, drop the fucking hammer, stop being a little simp victim. Your life's not that bad, but I tell you what, it can be a hell of a lot better. And it's up to you to change you, to be the best you. Otherwise, your thermostat, your runway will be short-lived, and you'll burn out, you'll sell yourself short, you'll make stupid decisions, and you'll find yourself in the exact same place in the next 5 years, 10 years. And I knew in it, I never wanted that. I could have held steady. You got to think of it like Elon Musk. After he exited PayPal, he was set for life. He would have been cool. He could have lived a great life. But he thinks so fucking big that his business is on fucking Mars now. That's what you guys got to think like. Think bigger, 10x everything, be bolder, take massive action, destroy average, become undeniable. See you in the next one.